tips to be a good speaker. So these are the solutions. You need to work on your grammatical knowledge. You need to work on your vocabulary. You need to work on your voice modulation. This is very, very important. Voice modulation. There's a famous quotation. It's not what you speak, but the way you speak that makes all the difference. I repeat, it's not what you speak, but the way you speak that makes all the difference. So sometimes if the tone, voice modulation is very important, because if the tone of your voice is not correct, if the tone of your voice is not proper, then even if you're conveying a positive message, you may end up conveying a wrong signal. The other person may think that you are giving a negative message. Suppose you are not criticizing someone, you are just giving a suggestion. You're just giving a suggestion. But if the tone of your voice is not proper, then that other person might think that you're criticizing him or her, or you're insulting him or her. Got it? How many of you have faced this situation? Any of you faced this situation that you wanted to convey a positive message, but because of the tone of your voice, you conveyed a negative one? The other person thought that you are telling something bad, or you are telling something negative. Okay, Aishwarya Patnaik, yes. Anyone else? Come on, be honest. Happened this with anybody? Because of the tone of your voice? Okay, Realme, yes, yes. Sanjukta, yes. So this is where voice modulation comes into play. Okay, simply speaking is not enough. You need to focus on voice modulation, and the good news is, in this webinar, we are going to talk about voice modulation. We are going to discuss about voice modulation. Manish, yes, in one of the High Fly group discussion event. Yeah, Manish, I remember that. High Fly group discussion. Yeah, in the first GD, I remember. You wanted to just, you wanted to make your point clear, but somehow your voice tone was quite aggressive. So you ended up conveying a wrong message. I remember that, Manish. You were too young then. Now you have learned a lot. Now your communication skills are great. So voice modulation is very important. And the good news is, in this webinar, we are going to talk about voice modulation. Shweta ma'am will be discussing about this part in her next session. So be ready. In the next session, it will be discussed. She will give all the technical details and all about voice modulation, which is very, very important in today's world. So don't ignore this part. In order to be a good speaker, don't ignore your voice modulation. And next point is body language. Why body language? Now you might be thinking, so in order to be a good speaker, why this is important? Why body language is important? Because we are going to speak from our mouth. What body has got to do with this? Why body language is important? The point is, the 93% of our communication, there are two types of communication: verbal, non-verbal. There are two types of communication that we make: verbal communication, non-verbal communication. And you won't believe, scientific studies have shown 93% of our communication is non-verbal. 93% of our communication is non-verbal. Means we communicate 93% through body language. Means through our gestures, through our eye movement, through our hand movement. Okay. So body language is very, very, very important. You may lie through words. You may lie through words, but your body language won't lie. You may say that I'm fine, but your body language will suggest that you're not fine. You may say that I'm very happy, but your body language will say a different thing. It will convey the truth. You may say that I'm not angry at all, but your eyes, your facial expression, your gestures, it will reveal that yes, you're angry. So while speaking, you need to focus on your body language. Your overall body language is very, very important. The way you conduct yourself, the way, what you're going to do with your hands, what should be your facial expression, and your eye movements, eye contacts, and all these things are very, very important. So you need to focus on your body language. Simply speaking is not enough. Okay, remember this. Simply speaking is not enough. You need to work on your body language. Next. And the most important part, practice, practice, and practice. Because practice is the most important thing. It is indispensable. It has got no substitution. There is no substitution to practice. You need to practice. Without practice, you cannot develop your skills, speaking skills. Okay. So these are the basic tips that you need to work on in order to improve, or in order to be a good speaker. Now, let us focus on some. I talked about words. Just now, if you remember, I talked about words. I discussed about some words, positive words, negative words. So here there's a list. I have prepared a list of 15 words with same meaning, different words with same meaning, but some are positive and some are negative. So avoid the negative words while you're always while you're speaking. Try to avoid negative words. Try to use positive words. If you want to convey a positive message, then use these positive words instead of these negative words. So what are these words? Let us see. Number one is failure. Instead of failure, you can use the word learning experience. You can replace failure with learning experience. Learning experience sounds positive. Instead of anxious, you can use eager. Instead of difficult, you can use challenge. Okay, you can don't say it's a difficult situation. Rather use it's a challenging situation. Don't say it's difficult for me. Say it's challenging. It's going to be challenging for me. It's going to be challenging for me. It's going to be a good. It's going to be a good challenge. It's going to be a big challenge for me. Don't say difficult. Difficult is negative. Then instead of dumb, don't say dumb. If a person is not able to speak, then don't call that person dumb. Dumb and mute both have same meaning. Dumb and mute both have the same meaning. Dumb means a person who cannot speak. Mute also means a person who cannot speak. But don't use the word dumb. It is like an insult. Okay. So whenever you're referring to a person, whenever you're referring to a person who cannot speak, use the word mute instead of dumb. Then again, instead of handicapped, you should use physically challenged. Instead of loud, you can use enthusiastic. Instead of calling someone hyperactive, rather call him energetic. Okay, some people are very much active, some are too much active they are. So instead of calling him hyperactive, rather call him or her energetic. This is more positive. Old man or old lady, this does not sound good. Rather call elderly man or elderly gentleman will be even more nice. Or elderly lady. Don't use the word old man or old lady. Oh, he's an old man. She is an old lady. No, don't say that. Say he is an elderly man or elderly gentleman. Okay. Elderly lady. Don't use cheap. Cheap sounds cheap. Okay. The word cheap actually sounds cheap. So instead of cheap, use the word economical. Suppose you got a good deal regarding a product, you got a good deal. So instead of using the word cheap, use the word economical. Say that was economical. The product was quite economical. I saved a lot of money. It was quite economical. Because as I said, cheap sounds cheap. Don't use the word cheap. Instead of stubborn, you can use determined. Instead of weird, you can use unique. Instead of weaknesses, you can say areas of improvement. Suppose you're giving feedback to someone. So instead of saying these are your weaknesses, you can say these are the areas of improvement. Yeah, instead of saying problems, you can say challenges. Yeah, Aishwarya. Okay, fine. And instead of saying weaknesses, if you're correct, if you wish to give your constructive feedback, if you wish to give your suggestions, then instead of saying these are your weaknesses, you should say these are your areas of improvement. These are the areas you need to improve on. That sounds more positive. Then instead of afraid, say alarmed. Instead of shy, use introvert. And instead of housewife, use homemaker. Housewife is no longer used. Even if housewife is not a negative term, okay, this is not negative. Housewife is also a very respectful word. But nowadays, the trend is homemaker. Homemaker is now trending. Okay, so people use homemaker more often as compared to housewife. Housewife is old now. This word is no longer used. Everywhere nowadays, homemaker is used instead of housewife. So if you want to say that your mom is a housewife, don't say housewife, say homemaker. This sounds more respectful. This is modern and more respectful. Okay.